Here is the question most people spend their entire lives running from. What is the point of all this? Think about it. You wake up, you work, you try, you fail, you try again. You meet people, you love people, you lose people, you build something, and eventually it falls apart. And somewhere between the alarm clock and the grave, you are supposed to figure out what any of this actually means. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people never even ask this question, not directly, because the moment you do, everything gets quiet, and in that silence you feel something most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Wait. It feels like standing at the edge of something very deep and looking down. So instead, people do what they have always done. They stay busy. They fill every empty moment, scrolling, watching, working, consuming, anything, to avoid sitting alone with that question. Because the moment you slow down long enough to face it, it becomes heavy, fast. But here is what the Stoics understood over 2,000 years ago. The question itself is not dangerous. Running from it is. And when they stopped running, they did not find comfort. They found clarity. That is what today is about. Not easy answers. Clarity. Let's start by destroying the biggest illusion. For most of human history, people searched for meaning outside themselves. In wealth, in status, in being respected, in being remembered, in leaving something behind. And on the surface, that makes sense, because if people remember you, if your name lasts, if your work survives you, then maybe your life meant something. Right. Marcus Aurelius had all of that. He ruled one of the largest empires in history, millions of people, power, influence, legacy. If anyone had a reason to believe that life had meaning through achievement, it was him. And yet in his private journal, a journal he never intended anyone to read, he wrote something brutally honest. How soon you will be forgotten, how soon you will forget. Everything passes, everyone passes. The emperor who ruled nations and the man who cleaned his floors both disappear at the same speed. And that realization is not depressing, it is freeing. Because the moment you truly understand that external meaning, fame, legacy, recognition, is temporary and fragile, you stop wasting your life trying to build everything on it, and you are forced to look somewhere else, somewhere closer. This is where the Stoics give an answer most people do not expect. They do not give you a grand purpose. They do not tell you that you were born for something special. They say something much simpler. Meaning is not something you find. It is something you practice every single day, in the smallest actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do what is in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, not for applause, not for recognition, not for the future, just because it is what is in front of you, right now." Epictetus, who had no power, who was literally owned by another man, said, "Do not demand that things happen as you wish. Wish that they happen as they do, and you will find peace." At first, that sounds like giving up, but it is the opposite. It is control, real control, because instead of waiting for perfect conditions, you act within reality, as it is. And here is the shift that changes everything. The question is not what is the meaning of life. The question is, how are you living your life? Right now, not someday, not when things are better. Now. Do you think clearly or react automatically? Do you choose deliberately or just follow habits? Do you act with integrity even when no one is watching? Do you actually see the people around you or just pass through them? Are you living or just existing? Because that is where meaning is. not as a destination, but as a way of being. Let's make it simple. Let's make it real. Today you have a choice. When you wake up, you can go through the day on autopilot. Same thoughts, same reactions, same patterns, or you can pause just for a moment and ask yourself one question. Am I actually living right now or just existing? And then do one thing differently. Just one. Have one conversation, but be fully present in it. Do one task, but actually focus on it completely. Experience one moment without rushing through it, because meaning does not arrive all at once. It builds in small decisions, in how you move through an ordinary day. And if you live just one day differently, you have already changed something real. Seneca said something most people ignore. It is not that we have a short time to live, it is that we waste a great deal of it. The problem is not time, it is attention. Because without attention, life passes you by. You can live years without ever really being there. But the moment you start paying attention to your actions, to your thoughts, to the people around you, life changes, not externally, internally. And suddenly meaning does not feel like something distant. It feels present. But what about suffering? What about loss? Because this question becomes most real in the hardest moments. At night, alone, when things fall apart. The Stoics did not avoid this. Marcus Aurelius lost children, lost people he loved, lived through war and plague, and still wrote, "Loss is nothing but change, and change is nature. That is not cold, that is acceptance. Everything you have is temporary. Every person, every moment, every good thing. But that is exactly why it matters. The sunset is beautiful because it ends. A moment is meaningful because it passes. Your life matters because it does not last forever." And the Stoics said, "Love it fully, knowing it is temporary. Not in spite of that, because of that." So what is the answer? Stop asking what life means. Start asking what you mean by how you live. Stop waiting for purpose to appear. Start practicing it in how you think, in how you act, in how you show up, for the people in front of you, for the work in front of you, for this specific unrepeatable moment in front of you, because meaning is not something waiting at the end. It is in the movement itself, in choosing, in doing, in being present. Marcus Aurelius wrote near the end of his life, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength is not just psychological. It is the answer to the question you have been afraid to ask. The point of all this is to be here, fully, deliberately, without fear, for as long as you have, and not waste it running from the question. The Stoics did not run from it, and neither should you. Start today, not someday. Today. One pause, one breath, one moment of genuine presence. That is where meaning lives. It has been here the whole time, waiting for you to stop long enough to notice it. If this gave you something real, subscribe and hit like. The next video is already waiting for you.